let's talk about people that want to. I'll talk about mindset after I talk about the advice for people wanting to buy websites. Is when you do come to want to buy a website, is first go away and look on the website brokers, the ones that we talked about before, Doug. You know, Empire Flippers. Look at Flipper. Look at FE International, Latona's, FE. Quiet Light Brokerage. All these different ones. Just jump on Google and just Google website brokers, and you'll find a bunch of them. Look at the businesses for sale. See how much they cost, see how much they're making per month, average net profit, and then also find out how many hours it takes to run that sort of business. And you're going to learn from doing that, you're going to learn a few different types of business models, and that's really, really cool. Now that you know that sort of stuff, the second thing you need to do is really spend as much time and as much money as you want in educating yourself on how to do research and due diligence. Anyone can go away and buy a website. If I want to go away and spend 50 grand or whatever it is that I may have and buy a site, I can do that. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be successful or I'm going to buy a good one. So I believe the most important thing is spend time and money on educating yourself how to do research and due diligence. And through that phase, well, my favorite thing is you're going to learn so many things on how businesses run already, how they're already growing their businesses. You're going to talk to so many sellers. And from doing that, you're going to get a Rolodex of ideas and ways that you can build a business that you end up buying for yourself anyway. And so that education is a double education there, is you learn how to grow and build businesses, but you also learn how to buy them. And I believe paying for that education is really important. You can find stuff online. If you want to do it that way, great, but it's going to take you a lot longer. And then lastly is anybody wanting to have any level of success in life in anything is like put your hand up for help, get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody to actually help you, to guide you along the process and do it. And that's the biggest advice I'd have for people buying websites. As for mindset stuff, is I have heaps of mindset principles that I do every day and every week. And the most powerful one is like we've talked about, Doug, is like we can get stressed in life. Everybody does, especially as a business owner. And if we can take that frustration into gratitudes, it's the most powerful thing that I've learned, is that being grateful. Like when I wake up in the morning, I think about things I'm grateful for. My partner, when we're not together, we text each other what our wins were for the day and what our gratitudes were for the day. And it's a funny thing. I tried to get that set up with her a while ago, and then she did some course. She's like, "Oh, we should do this." I'm like, "Yeah, we should definitely do that." It's funny. And so the gratitudes, the wins, and reminding yourself of where you're at. If you are having trouble, that's okay. Everybody has trouble. Everybody goes through that. And then another huge thing for mindset is you get what you focus on. Now, if you're focusing on, fuck, I hate my job, or excuse my language if that wasn't allowed.
Nope,
but if you're like focusing like, oh, my car sucks because it doesn't start every single morning, or my car looks crap, and you're just comparing yourself to so many other things, and just being, focusing on all these negative things, like you're going to get more of that. And so when you focus on like, and this is some of my clients are like, oh, I don't know why I'm not getting results. I'm like, well, how much time are you spending focusing on what you actually want? Like, are you doing any education? Like, no, I'm working too much. I'm like, okay, cool. The more you focus on work is the more you're going to get that, and it's easier for you going to stay there. So spend some time focusing on the things that you actually want to achieve, and not just spending time like maybe a couple of hours a week, 2 hours a day or an hour each day of a weekday on learning or reading a blog post or listening to a podcast or whatever it is. Spend that time focusing on that. And then also what's really important is visualizing what you want, like visualizing your dream life. And if you focus on that, yeah, sure, it's not going to be like The Secret where like, poof, it's going to just land on your doorstep, because that just doesn't happen. It's like, the power of manifestation is like, think it, believe it, and you can achieve it. Yes, you can. But when you do that, there's something else that's really important and vital that you have to do. When you think about something, and your goals and your mission and what you actually want to achieve, it doesn't just drop on your doorstep. But what does happen is the more you focus on it, the more opportunities in your life are going to pop up. And those opportunities may pop up on your doorstep, but doesn't mean you're going to get what you want. First, you need to take action on those opportunities. And that's the biggest step that most people fail to do is like, I'm not achieving anything. Like, well, what are you doing about it?
Right.
You got to
Right.
take action. Yeah.
Those are all fantastic points. And, one little, I can't keep my mouth shut. I guess I'm going to add like just a quick little underscore.
Yeah, bring it all.
So like the education, yes, absolutely. 100% agree. You have to have the baseline, but then there's I was in this camp, so I feel comfortable talking about it, where there's so much like education available. There's so much content all over the place. It's very easy to overeducate yourself to the point where number one, you can't make a decision because there's like too many possibilities because you filled your brain with too much stuff. And sometimes you have to, stop consuming because you know enough, and you have to execute for a while, get some feedback on that, maybe a little re-education. But you're nodding, so you know what I'm talking about. It's like it's a balance of like education and execution, and then like a feedback loop to make sure you're getting the things done that you really like want to get done. So
I love it. I love it. And somebody once told me that wisdom is education plus reflection. And that's exactly what you just said. It's just, yeah, I love it because, yeah, decision fatigue is like, there's so many people exactly like you said, is they go away and they do all these seminars, they learn all this sort of stuff and like, oh, I'm not achieving anything. I'm like, well, you've learned all this stuff. Like, are you doing it?
And it's tough because, sometimes someone will, educate really well. They'll actually execute well, but they pick the one little thing that kind of matters, but not really. And then that's where like having a mentor or someone with more experience or someone in your mastermind group to observe from the outside and let you know, hey, pivot a little bit, like it's really close, like focus on this part, and then things open up. So